What is Falun Gong? Well, Falun Gong is a community in China. They are Buddhists and many of them are also vegetarians. And just like the Uyghurs, they are also a much persecuted community in China. Why, you ask? For the same reason that Uyghurs are being persecuted for their body parts. Well, most Falun Gong followers are vegetarians. So those people who are coming to China on medical tourism, they want to have body parts changed, and they prefer to have somebody who is a vegetarian. Then the Chinese government has essentially started harvesting parts from Falun Gong members. Next to the Uyghurs, Falun Gong members are the most sought after. Whenever they find them wherever, for whatever reason, they'll jail you. Then your history, you will be, slowly you will be made to disappear, and your parts will be harvested along the way. You probably have seen my interview with Dr. 𝗤𝙬𝙤𝘀𝘀, who was an Uyghur who escaped and who now plies his craft as an Uber driver in the United Kingdom. And he in fact gave that interview from his car. You know how bad things are in China. So this new declaration from the USCIRF comes as a pleasant surprise, and I'm going to share with you what the new commissioner of USCIRF, the chairman, Abraham Cooper, said. We condemn the CCP's oppression of Falun Gong and other religious groups which has worsened in the past 24 years. And he's suggesting that President Biden take consequential actions to hold the Chinese government and its agents accountable for religious freedom abuses in China and the US. Now, it didn't stop there. You had one other USCIRF commissioner, Nuri Turkel. By the way, Nuri is also an Uyghur. He came out strongly in support of the Falun Gong and against the CCP. USCIRF remains dedicated to supporting our civil society partners to work towards a better future for Falun Gong practitioners and all religious groups in China who have the right to safely believe and worship in peace. The important thing that we need to remember here is that, is the USCIRF having a change of heart? Perhaps. Well, let's take a look at what else happened. You had this right-wing watch preacher, MAGA, Make America Great Again. This is one of those groups that thinks that they follow Donald Trump. And I mean, they are Republicans, but Republicans are a little uncomfortable about some of the stands that they take. This MAGA pastor, Hank Kunneman, wants that GOP presidential candidate, Vivek Ramaswamy, is Hindu, and therefore anyone who supports him will have to fight with God. What is left underlined there is that he's saying this person is not Christian and therefore you should not vote for him. Well, it got a strong rebuttal from Congressman Ro Khanna. I have had a spirited disagreement with Vivek Ramaswamy, but this is a disgusting and anti-American attack on his faith. We are a nation of many faiths, and the fact that so many Christian American Republicans are willing to support Vivek speaks to that ideal. So here is a person from across the aisle, a Democrat, who is coming in support of Vivek Ramaswamy. The only commonality between the two of them is that both are practicing Hindus. In addition to the USCIRF, there is this other council called the United States-India Relationship Council, USIRC, and they too have rebuked the Hinduphobic comments of radical pastor Hank Kunneman. And you can read the text and you can see that now the mainstream America is beginning to see and start appreciating some of its Hindu American candidates, the values they stand for, the dynamism they bring, the ideals they bring to the campaign. And I'm hoping, again, this is my observation and I could be wrong, I am thinking that Vivek Ramaswamy is actually setting the narrative for the 2024 elections, and anyone who wants to dodge that and move away may actually get penalized in the race, in the campaign, because they'll say, look, these are the issues, and what Vivek is saying, he has a point, because he is really resonating with many people. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But the most important thing, I was pleased to see that USCIRF was beginning to take a more objective, more principled, more correct stand, more central, looking at both sides and coming out with observations. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to